What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the SO Show. Mike Tyson is going to lose to Jake Paul, man. I said it. I said it. I said it. Mike Tyson is 58 years old. He's pushing 60. 60. And you mean to tell me you expect him to get in the ring with a person who's 31 years younger than him? Jake Paul is 27 years old. Mike Tyson is 58. Mike Tyson last fight was in 2020 against another old washed up boxer, Roy Jones Jr. And that ended up going in a draw. They ended up drawing out. So it's like, bro, you really, and Mike Tyson last pro fight was in 2005. You know what I'm saying? That was probably his last time ever being in real condition, boxing weight, condition and everything. Like that was his last pro fight was in 2005, and that's when he was 39 years old. Fast forward to 2024, Mike ain't been seriously boxing. He ain't been seriously boxing, seriously conditioning. He probably still work out. Don't get me wrong. I already know that. I know that for a fact. He still work out. He still, he probably still, he get his little, he get his little sparring in probably from time to time, training in every day throughout the day or whatever. But for the most part, he's not taking it seriously though, as like Jake Paul is. Jake Paul, he just came off of a fight in July when they were supposed to originally fight in July. Jake Paul ended up facing he ended up going against Mike Perry. He ended up knocking him out. So it's like Jake Paul is in shape. Like he's in season shape. He was in season shape in July, and I'm pretty sure he already in shape for this fight now. So it's like Mike Tyson ain't been. Again, his last fight was against Roy Jones Jr. And that was in 2020. That was 4 years ago. Like, come on, man. We gotta be real, man. I love Mike. I love Iron Mike, but you gotta be real. Everybody gotta be real with themselves. You can't be living back in them glory days of how Mike Tyson used to be in the 80s and the 90s and in the early 2000s. This ain't the same Mike. It's not. Like we gotta understand. We sometimes just like the reboots of the movies, part 2, Bad Boys 3, Bad Boys 4, Fast 6, Fast 10, stuff like that. We gotta just let go. Sometimes, some things were just good when it was good, but we don't have to force it no more. Mike Tyson, we are literally forcing. We literally trying to force ourselves to believe that Mike Tyson is really gonna knock this boy Jake Paul out. You know what I'm saying? But again, I do think Jake Paul is gonna win this fight. Now, I'm not saying he gonna knock out Mike Tyson. Of course, I don't think that. But I think Jake Paul will win, and he definitely will win when it comes out. It'll go to the wire, and he will win when it comes to voting. And it'll go to decision, and Jake Paul will end up winning that. Now, I'm not saying Jake Paul gonna knock this man out because it's Mike Tyson at the end of the day, but I will say Jake Paul is gonna win by decision, and I wouldn't be surprised if Jake Paul knock him down at least twice. I wouldn't be surprised, but a lot of people would say this is for Jake Paul never faced a heavyweight like Mike Tyson, even if Mike Tyson 58 years old. Mike Tyson's still 220. Jake Paul ain't never fought a guy around that weight. So he really had to up his weight. They saying he going to come into this fight weighing about 215 to 220. And he never fought at that weight. He's originally a cruiserweight. So that's, typically, your 175 to 200. So I don't, honestly, if Mike Tyson do have a chance of winning this fight, experience, being used to, fighting at that weight, I mean, Mike Tyson does have the upper edge in that. But again, does Mike Tyson have enough in the tank? Does he have enough conditioning to even, last? Even though it is 8 rounds, it's an 8-round fight instead of the typical 10 or 12. This is an 8-round fight. There are 2-minute rounds instead of 3, and they're using 14-ounce gloves instead of 10-ounce gloves. So there is some things. The rules to this fight, it kind of goes into Mike Tyson's favor because, I mean, it's 8 rounds is still 8 rounds, though. That's a lot of rounds for a 58-year-old, who pushing 60. That's a lot of rounds. But if Mike Tyson, which he's taking training pretty serious, so he should be able to go 8 rounds because they only again it's only 2 minutes in each round, so he should be able to go the distance honestly. But again, I still think Jake Paul take this fight for coming up this Friday. It will be streaming on Netflix. They will be fighting at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, because Dallas Cowboys football stadium. But yeah, I'm just saying, man. Jake Paul, he's 27 years old. He's 31 years younger than Mike Tyson, man. I just don't see him losing this fight. Jake Paul is 10. He's 10-1. His notable wins are versus Tyron Woodley when he first started. The first time he faces Tyrone, it was a split. It was a split, and the second time he faced him, it was a knockout. He faced Anderson Silva. He won that unanimously. Unanimous. I cannot say that word. He won that by unanimous decision versus Anderson Silva, which a lot of people thought that he was going to lose, which me included. He beat Nate Diaz, unanimous, another unanimous fight. And his only loss came to Tommy Fury, and that was by decision. And again, he's coming off of his knockout win against Mike Perry back in July. So Jake Paul is fresh as it can be. He can be. He's fresh. He's younger, faster. Now I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Mike Tyson did look at 50, but to be a man who pushing 60 years old, Mike Tyson was moving. I'm not gonna lie. He was definitely moving in those training videos. And I'm gonna put a couple clips in there too, so y'all can see it, and just in case y'all didn't see. But Mike Tyson was definitely moving fast for a 60-year-old, but I don't know, man. It's gonna take a lot, man. It's gonna take a lot. Mike Tyson got a 71-inch reach, and Jake Paul got a 76-inch reach. Now it's not too crazy of a difference, but still, I mean, he got 6 inches. Pause. Jake Paul got a little bit of the advantage having that more of a reach, but I'm excited for this fight. Y'all let me know in the comments who y'all think gonna win this fight. Is it gonna be Jake Paul or Mike Tyson? I do still think that Jake Paul will win this fight. I'm not saying he's gonna knock him out, but I will say Jake Paul will probably end up winning this fight Friday night. And I think they said Mike Tyson getting like 30 million from this fight, if I'm not mistaken. And they saying Jake Paul gonna get 20 million, I think. Let me see real quick. Jake Paul said he's claiming to be making about 40 million from this fight alone, and Mike Tyson is supposed to be getting 20 million from this fight. So hopefully this fight don't end up, which I'm afraid it might end up being, but I hope it's not all entertainment, and I hope it's not like on some like they just they're just goofing around with each other for 8 rounds and just not really taking it serious. It's just in there for a payday. Hopefully it's entertaining. Hopefully, both guys throw punches. Hopefully we see a couple knockdowns. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't think it's going to be any knockouts going on. I think it's going to go all the way to the decision. But again, they saying Jake Paul about to get 40 million from this fight. Mike Tyson about to get 20 million. So we're going to see how this fight go. Y'all let me know in the comments who y'all think going to win this fight, man. Is it going to be Mike Tyson or Jake Paul? But that's all I got. Thank y'all for watching the video, and stay tuned.